It's finger-licking cheesy. Taste the product placement and those 11 secret herbs and spices, because they're gonna come up a lot. There are 3 DC KFC team-ups, time of recording, and we're gonna look at all of them. Greetings, comic lovers, and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old to history to anecdotes, to really wherever our whims take us. I have to give a shout out to Lester Medina, who kept requesting this. As soon as I saw the title Colonel Sanders and Green Lantern, I thought, a fellow individual of taste, another man of culture. Now, KFC is no stranger to odd marketing tactics, and they often delight me, like the sexy Colonel Sanders dating sim. I love you, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating sim. It's from 2019, and it's a thing of beauty. It's legit too. Hours of gameplay. And the write-up is hilarious with what it's promising you. Dateable Colonel Sanders. Cooking battles. 11 herbs and spices. Officially created by KFC. Like, for real, they were sponsoring Let's Players at one point, having them stop and eat KFC on camera. What a time to be alive. So how did DC get involved in the KFC marketing game? I just really want to know if this sold any sandwiches or buckets of chicken. Anything. I know that it brought some joy, but did it also sell some chicken? Now, the first of these came out in 2015 at New York Comic Con. It was given out for free. That is a bargain. The thing is, fans had a lot of fun with it because it just goes for this concept hard. It has a Hostess Pies vibe, but with way more story. So kind of like a Quick Bunny, but without annoying child characters. There's also internal continuity, like these 3 line up very well with each other. There's way more effort put into these than you would expect. Now, this is not KFC's first venture into comics. In the 60s, they had a series of comics. In fact, this one, The Colonel of Two Worlds, which yes, is a light homage to The Flash of Two Worlds, the story that launches the multiverse, and led to the mess that we're in today, so thanks, Barry Allen. Well, this story references an earlier KFC comic. It's called The Not So Great Imposter, where someone masquerades as the Colonel trying to get his secret recipe. Was it plankton? Was it always plankton? This quote from the chief marketing officer is fantastic. Kevin Hochman said, "Everyone is familiar with Colonel Sanders' superhero costume, his white suit, Kentucky bow tie, glasses, and Van Dyke beard, but most don't know his superpower was frying chicken the hard way. And unlike some of the other chains that use robots in factories, our cooks still make Kentucky Fried Chicken the hard way. And this comic book honors those cooks and the Colonel." He really will try anything. Do you know there's a KFC console, a KF console, and it's real? People thought it was a hoax, but no, it's not. At least, unless it's a really deep hoax and they're playing the long game, which would also be kind of great. From the claims that they say it's real, here are some specs. Let me read them to you. Pretending that I know what these specs mean. The KFC console is powered by Intel NUC9 Extreme Compute Element. The console is capable of harnessing NVIDIA's ray tracing and 4K resolution. This device also has support for virtual reality. Gonna have Asus powered graphics. Asus? Can you see how techie I am? This is why when I played Let's Plays, people got mad, because they were like, oh, you have frame drops or stuff, and I was like, I don't care. They say it'll be the most powerful console for generations to come, but most importantly, that has a chicken chamber. This will be a drawer attached to the console, kind of in it, that will keep your chicken warm or heat it up, because we'll use the heat of the console to do so. Shut up and take my money, but also that sounds like a terrible idea. I know how greasy KFC is. The Colonel of Two Worlds was written by Tony Bedard with art by Tom Durenick, and Tom Grummett did the cover. So what is our premise? Well, firstly, let's talk about how this cover ignores Hal. Starring the Flash and Colonel Sanders, and other people who I guess weren't worth mentioning. Sorry, Green Lantern. 2 colonels, how can this be? Find out in a stunning adventure like no other. Just side note, when you were younger, did you say colonel? Because I totally did. Before hearing it, it was, oh look, it's the colonel. So some of Flash's rogues are meeting because they want a plan that will make them some serious money. And if it involves chicken, all the better. I'm adding that. Nobody says that. Mirror Master has gone to an alternate Earth, Earth 3, which is the evil opposite Earth, Ultraman's Earth. He wants to find someone there to partner with. Since this is 2015, we're in New 52 costume designs. So rather than a coat, Captain Cold has this vest thing. He's just gotta show off his seps. He's been making gains. The person Mirror Master wants to partner with is an evil Colonel Sanders, a Colonel Sunder, and he wears all black and spikes his hair up, and even his glasses are pointy, and it's beautiful. It's up there with evil goateed Spock. Do you ever sometimes ponder what your evil or good counterpart, depending upon how you think about yourself, would look like? I want mine to have a reverse scar, so like the eyebrow's solid, but then it's spiking all across the face, like one of those scars you could give yourself in Mass Effect. But only if you were bad. Earth 3, you said. Criminal genius, you said. So Sunder has opened up an easy fried chicken, and his chicken is subpar. It is not up to KFC standards. And for some reason, Mirror Master and Captain Cold are working there. They don't even know what his plan is yet, but they're willing to stick it out. I hope he's paying them. I was about to say for minimum wage. I'm like, is he even paying them? Mirror Master says that this entire plan spun off of the idea that Colonel Sanders is so successful in their world, but then wouldn't he not? I don't know. You know what? can't overthink the mirror stuff. Now he's opened a rival chicken chain, getting in on the ground floor. But Sanders is causing Sanders some trouble. He even breaks a TV because of it. He's so angry, his name is being tarnished. Look at his restaurant, all nice and clean with happy customers. Do you get it? Eat KFC. Now, evil KFC man did hire henchmen, and they're out robbing a bank. But that's stopped by the Flash. It's okay, everybody just say, I'll have these days out here before you can say fast man loud. Who's the fastest man? I really wish DC would say it more. I can never remember. Hal shows up saying that there's been a 400% spike in crime. How many henchmen did he hire? Why did he need to open a low-end chicken restaurant to operate out of? Also, go patrol space, Hal. Ever since that place opened. I know that the Ring probably told him the connection, but I like to imagine that Hal is just tracking the opening of all fried chicken restaurants. Now, the Flash is stunned to see Colonel Sanders, who is super rude to him because he has a score to settle. The yellowed out eyes of this Flash costume were always eerie to me. Nicely done, gentlemen. At this rate, we can open a new franchise by winter. That's it. That's your master plan? You gotta ask these questions before you bring people over from the multiverse. But Sanders comes in, demanding satisfaction, and they fight, and we get some really intense PR for the restaurant. Just detailing how good their chicken is. It's so well made. My chicken's hand-breaded and pressure fried. Sure, there's easier ways, but none better. Auto defenses activate. Is that a standard KFC feature? I really hope it is. There's a great panel here where after the Colonel's suit gets dirty, he rips it off, and there's just a clean one underneath. And so they defeat the evil Earth 3 counterpart who flees back to his Earth because nothing here makes sense. And then they have a good meal of KFC all together. Hal Jordan, Barry Allen, Mirror Master, and Captain Cold brings people together. I love how stunned Mirror Master looks when Barry says he's taking them back to Iron Heights. The betrayal, like, come on man, we had KFC together. But the Colonel has an idea. Instead of that, they can stay and work at one of its franchises. This one, they can make it better, a proper KFC. And they're model employees. Just call it Kentucky Fried Justice. This went over well, and the next year at San Diego Comic-Con in 2016, there was a sequel that was given out for free. And the next year, people would actually want people to get their hands on it more widespread, so they would do a bigger release. The initial press release for that actually had the headline, "Back by popular demand, DC and KFC re-release critically acclaimed comics, tease new comic adventure with Colonel Sanders." Who acclaimed this? It's fun, but who acclaimed it? It is top-notch goofballery, exuberantly illustrated by Tom Derenick and chicly written by Tony Bedard. GQ. GQ. Oh, the AV Club also said nice things. 2 sources. Acclaimed. The second one was Colonel Corps, or Crisis of Infinite Colonels. The cover is a light homage to Justice League International 1, and it features all these different colonels from across the universe. The Rooster one wins, the rest can all go home. Same creative team as the last one, even some editor's notes throughout. Earth 3, the evil twin one. All of the Earths have little notes to clue people in, and they're tongue-in-cheek but accurate. Sunder is fuming by his defeat. He really wanted to open up more Earth 1 franchises. I mean, Earth 1 is where it's at, or where the main DC universe is at. Or was at. But we see our evil villain has a mysterious new partner who will help with some dastardly scheme. Your battles with Colonel Sunder are front page news at the Daily Planet. It's good to see that Perry's still printing anything and everything. When can I expect my Jimmy Puff piece? I'm calling it the recolonization of it. Did we send the right one back? Suddenly he collapses, and when he awakens, he's greeted by Rule 63, the Flash and Sanders from Earth 11. That's the gender bent one. Why is female Sanders so young? I guess time moves differently there. That and they want to draw her in a pencil skirt. Something is wrong. They each only remember one ingredient of the secret 11 herbs and spices. They need to go get others so that they can remember the recipe. It's like the one with Jet Li, only instead of killing each other, they're going and getting more people so that they can make some chicken. That Daily Plan employee is earning his paycheck, did not miss a beat, just photographing everything. Well, at least now the story is worthy of page 1. I'm not sure how they knew which Earths to go to because they just said that they were going to use the cosmic treadmill to hone in on others, but we're just going to assume that they went to the right Earths. They do go to some fun ones. Steampunk Earth, Kingdom Come Earth, where that colonel is bashing Booster Gold's restaurant planet Krypton and saying that KFC is better. Legion Sanders' descendant is too trendy with his tiny mustache and goatee. Also, he's still making chicken. Can no one escape the herbs and spices? They get Bizarro and a Teen Titans Go one. This comic is a rough time with the whole concept of Bizarro being backwards, especially his speech. I expected more sheer product placement and at this point fan engagement comic. So Sunder got the secret recipe. I guess he didn't have it or was using 9 herbs or something. Or no herbs since he's supposed to be lazy. But even with it, he can't make his chicken finger licking good. Also, his partner is revealed to be Gorilla Grodd, but it's Earth 3, so Gorilla Grodd should be good. We're gonna let it go because a bunch of alternate universe colonels are about to fight each other. But don't think I didn't notice. No, Bizarro Sanders am laughing stock. Okay, so that should be yes, Bizarro Sanders am not laughing stock. Grodd is messing with them and showing them their worst fears.
A world where taking the easy way out at every turn made you a spineless, worthless layabout. A wasted life where you accomplished Nothing.
I don't know. He has a pretty sweet porch. No! No one breaks Colonel Sanders' love affair with hard work. Colonels, assemble. Wrong universe. Colonels, go. And so they defeat them. There's a letters page of what are probably all phony letters because some are from characters in the DC universe, but one does answer my question as to whether Mirror Master and Captain Cold were still working at KFC. Yes, they were. San Diego Comic-Con 2017. Another one. Our last one time recording. Sadly, these are fun. This cover is an homage to Green Lantern issue 76, the beginning of the arc that would give us hard traveling heroes, or as I like to call it, Ollie berates, yells at, and degrades Hal for several issues straight, and then slaps Roy in the face. 0 cents. Now that's a price I can get behind. Same creative team, let's do it. Now of the three, I would say this is the most overtly product placey, which is saying something because KFC is all over these. This is some Adam Sandler KFC product placement. But this one centers around a specific sandwich, the zinger. Now apparently 2017 was the year the zinger came to the US, which I did not know it came that late. So they wanted to push it. I guess before that it was big crunch all the time. If you look up the zinger, one of the first questions is, what's the difference between a zinger and a big crunch? Now this one is called Across the Universe, and its premise is, since becoming aware of the multiverse and just the vastness of the universe, the Colonel feels compelled to spread KFC to all its corners. This is pre-Infinite Frontier and pre-Dark Knight's Death Metal, so not everybody was aware of the existence of the multiverse. I'm hoping at some point they won't be again, but that's just me. The Colonel feels that the universe needs zingers. My zinger sandwich is already famous around the world. I aim to make it universally famous. He was trying to send a zinger into space, courtesy of Ferris Aerospace, but it didn't work out. So he pulls Hal aside, whose identity he knows. Did Hal tell him? Was the chicken that good? I want to launch my zingers to the farthest stars. I feel a powerful calling to bring them light and hope and spicy, crunchy satisfaction. I'm getting supervillain vibes. I mean, he's not giving out the recipes. What happens when they want more zingers? If they do. If they can eat them. A lot of this is banking on the idea that all these species will be able to eat this food, or even eat food, and don't just view this as some kind of bizarre act of war. Hal thinks this is a great idea, and he manages to talk the Guardians into it, so they get all of the Green Lanterns involved in creating these warp portals to launch things into space. Not all, he gets his friends to do it. He lists them in order. Guy came before John? Ouch, I'd be hurt. I think they just listed them mostly in order of appearance, except for Kilowog, who was at the bottom. Kilowog came before Kyle. So they set up these warp portals to beam the sandwiches across the universe, but once they go through, the containers are empty, zingerless. They were stolen by Larfleeze, but Hal and the Colonel don't know that yet. Hal duplicates his rings so that they can explore and solve this mystery together, but they're still gonna stay together, so it's mostly just an excuse to give Colonel Sanders a Green Lantern ring, which he manifests to look like a KFC bucket. He also says he wants to put billboards on the source wall. He's lost it. Do something, Hal. Neck snap. DC patented neck snap. I know you can do it. They go to Ran, and I'm just so happy to see a happy Adam Strange. Wow, I've seen some amazing things out here, but I never expected to meet the Colonel. Yeah, space travel is cool and all, living a dual life on Earth and Ran. But Colonel Sanders. On Thanagar, they hear tell of an orange light, which tips Hal off that it's Larfleeze, and they need to go to Akara. For Larfleeze wields the orange lantern, and in the color spectrum, when that was a big thing that was going on, that was greed, avarice. So he had one ring and he kept it to himself, and he wants all the zingers. That'll be $3,457.50. Really? That's it? What was in those? I thought we were feeding the universe. Are people supposed to fight to the death over zingers? Are we sending one per planet? They're probably not good anymore. You don't want them back. Larfleeze just had his all over the floor. So they fight, and we get to see the Colonel's constructs, which are cutlery and food. I love this giant drumstick panel. But he gets Larfleeze by telling him that he could have his own KFC by becoming a franchisee and opening one on Akara. Oh, I see. It wasn't about feeding the people. It was about spreading KFC franchises across the universe. I see you. Do something, Hal! He brings them back to the core where he gives them all zingers, and so they make him an honorary member because the zinger is just that good. I was tempted to order a zinger and take a bite out of it for a joke for this video, but I knew I wouldn't eat the whole zinger, and that would just be a waste. Someone somewhere actually really wants a zinger, and it's not me. There's a next issue on the letter page that's supposed to be called Apocalyptic and Good, and I hope that happens because these were fun. They're in no way masterpieces at all, but they embrace the concept and just go for it. You can feel a kind of happy energy behind it. There is a level of genuineness to the marketing's enthusiasm for Colonel Sanders. So there's a novelty here and a fun factor. They're just so silly, but they have more story than you would anticipate. I'm not a fan of KFC, but I am a fan of their weird marketing. This was lighthearted, and sometimes you just need something silly. There are lots of little nods to comic things, like at the end of the first issue, they detail the Colonel of Earth Prime. And there are also some sweet things, like at the end of the second one, they feature a restaurant staff that won a contest. That's neat. Now, of course, it's not gonna be for everybody. For some, some, this is just pure shill marketing, and however you want to dress it up or wrap it up, that's what it is. And some will feel that it's propaganda, ignoring that sometimes these jobs can be quite oppressive and not great depending upon where you are, the location you're working at, and a whole bunch of other factors. So it's very pro-restaurant chain, and that may irritate some people. Or just the nonsense. Not everybody's here for nonsense. Just too silly. As for the three stories themselves, they flow well together and they are interconnected. So they do actually have a bit of a you want to go back if you jump in at some point to see what happened, because they reference past events. The second one, while it does springboard off the first, really plays with the universe, and it feels like the Colonel could hold his own within it because he's so prominently featured. If you did enjoy these, which of the three was your favorite? It's what I've come to expect from KFC. Here, I just need to tell somebody else about this ad. Here's KFC's partnership with Crocs. Fun fact, those shoes were scented. So I hope that if you got them, you didn't have pets. And if you did have pets, I hope you still have feet. I like when these blatant ads put a bit of effort into them. It's very Quick Bunny. The Quick Bunny one tried too. Do you have any favorite obvious marketing crossovers, or does that kind of thing really bother you? Are you a fan of the KFC Zinger or KFC at all? Or do you like some other chicken chain? And there's gonna be an angry, super-powered Colonel Sanders showing up to your house with a Green Lantern ring because apparently he's friends with Hal. Tell me things down below. While you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking this time of your day spent discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Need to wave. I said that as fast as the Flash.